Use split testing to establish what works best for your audience. You're probably already testing the results of your social campaigns, but knowing what exactly it is that you should be looking at can be difficult. Split testing, in simple terms, is a way at looking at several variations of the same content to see which one yields the best results. So, for example, you might decide to find out what time of the day is most successful when it comes to reaching and engaging your audience. To do this, you could send out the same update at 2 different times, then use monitoring software to establish which one worked best. This paves the way for future updates which are much more likely to be seen and acted upon. Set up Google authorship. Towards the end of 2012, savvy SEO professionals and online marketers started to sit up and pay attention to Google+. At that point in time, it may not have taken off to the similar extent of Facebook and Twitter, but since the release of AuthorRank, it's something which cannot be ignored. Giving users the opportunity to attribute all of their content, such as blog posts and guest articles, to their Google Plus profile, means that the search engine can paint a more advanced picture of just how reliable and influential an author is. It's easy to see how this could impact search engine rankings. If you're writing blogs as part of your social media strategy, it's absolutely essential that setting up Google authorship is one of your main priorities. Align social media and SEO strategies as much as possible. Over the past 12 months, Google has made several algorithm changes that demonstrate the increasing weight that they are giving to social signals. While many big businesses will have a social media strategy and an SEO strategy, hardly any are ensuring that they work in synergy with each other. Ensure that both teams are working together, have a shared understanding of overall aims and objectives, and are using important tools such as keywords to set goals and measure success. Use Facebook's custom audiences feature to nail your targeting. Facebook's promoted posts and sponsored options offer decent choices in terms of targeting your audience. But custom audiences allows you to take it a step further. It allows brands to upload their CRM data, which Facebook will then match with their own databases to reach those who have already connected with the brand via other channels. So if your next potential customer has dealt with you in the past, but doesn't follow you on Facebook, they can still be reached using your next Facebook advertising campaign. Use Google Alerts to monitor brand mentions. Though most social networks come with their own tools for monitoring mentions, a few of them are notoriously unreliable. To be sure that you don't miss anything, set up Google Alerts for your business. This is the most reliable way to ensure that you catch all mentions and respond to them in a timely manner. As Google searches the web beyond social networks, it'll also catch any mentions on blogs, forums, and other sites, allowing you to take a more holistic approach to managing your brand online. Get your business on the social media stock exchange, Empire Avenue. If you've not heard of it before, Empire Avenue is a just-for-fun virtual stock exchange for businesses and individuals, where they are valued entirely on their social media actions and influence. Whilst this fantasy world may not feel like a strategic move, companies such as AT&T, Xbox, and Nokia are already dominating the platform. Companies using it say it's a great way of building relationships with people who have an interest in their brand as they have bought virtual shares in it. E-commerce businesses could extend these relationships further by offering discount vouchers and incentives to such shareholders. Put responsive design at the top of your list of priorities. The amount of people who are using their smartphone to access the internet and social networks is rising each and every day. If you want to provide the best possible experience for your followers, you should make sure that all of your content you share, including your website, will be tailored and fully functional on whichever device they are using to view it. Use your social accounts to break big news. Marketeers know that if they want to engage an audience and have people coming back for more, their content can't be boring, and it can't just be about them. One way to meet this need is to treat your social media channels like a newsroom for the most exciting and interesting news that matters to your target market. Of course, this means that speed is absolutely essential. 10 minutes can be the difference between your brand being a leader and your brand simply being a follower. Ask yourself what your audience is interested in right this minute, and how can you deliver it to them. Ensure that a clear call to action is attached to all promotional updates. It's widely accepted that promotional posts should only make up about 20% of a brand's social updates, with the remaining 80% being dedicated to providing quality content, building relationships, and engaging the audience. But what many businesses miss out on is making the 20% count. Rather than just mentioning your latest promotion or special offer, explicitly ask your followers to do something with the information. Simple additions such as buy now, sign up today, or visit our website for more information are much more likely to result in a sale than updates that just state the facts. Get all of your business on board with social, including those at the top. Recent research from IBM shows that a staggering amount of business leaders aren't on board with social media. Though it might be out of the traditional corporate comfort zone, buy-in from senior management is absolutely essential. It is of course easier said than done, but IBM suggested several ways in which it can be achieved. These included appointing social champions to encourage adoption, providing education around the benefits, and creating clear guidelines to create a feeling of safety. Develop a social media policy that is clear and well communicated. Don't be fooled into thinking that people policies are the concern of the HR department, and that you don't need to get involved. If your business doesn't have a policy that governs how staff use social media, both in and out of the workplace, you could be setting yourself up for a PR disaster. Make it crystal clear that bringing the brand into disrepute online is unacceptable, and ensure that the policy is implemented. As the world of social media continues to grow, it will touch every area of a business. Consider if inspirational content could work for your brand. Content that inspires and motivates people is some of the best content that you can ever create. It's highly shareable and makes your followers feel great, something which they'll start to attribute to your business. Whether or not this will work will depend on the nature of your business. But when you think creatively, there are so many ways that all kinds of businesses could use this strategy. If you sell health products, the link is obvious. Share stories about people who have reached their health goals and turned their lives around as a result. If you provide business services, share quotes from industry leaders or who your audience aspire to. If your business has a physical public location, encourage customers to check in on Facebook to take advantage of the We're Here feature. In December 2012, Facebook rolled out a new We're Here feature that shares how many mobile device check-ins and location shares a brand has had. This allows businesses to take social proof one step further. The number of likes might just represent how many people enjoy a brand's content. But this new feature shows how many people act on it and their products or services. Try incentivizing check-ins to take full advantage of the feature. You could, for example, offer a discount for customers who check in on their mobiles. Think carefully before uploading business branding on Instagram. The announcement of changes to Instagram's terms and services mentioned that any images that you upload to the site become property of the network. It's clear how this could cause big problems for your business, as all of your branding will technically belong to someone else as soon as it is uploaded. If you're using Instagram as part of your organisation's social strategy, make sure that you don't upload anything that you wish to retain the copyright for. Offer social customer care. If you're not using social media as a channel to help customers when they have a problem, you're missing out. Whether or not you're responding to them, conversations about how good or otherwise your products or services are already taking place on social networks. Make sure that you have a clear process map in place to deal with the escalating issues. Some brands shy away from this approach, partly because it means that they are effectively inviting customers to publicly air any grievances that they might have. As long as you're dealing with them effectively, it can actually be good for your brand. And don't forget that customers will also share their good experiences too. Repurpose your content. Fresh content is essential, but it doesn't always have to be brand new to be effective. Finding different ways to present the same information will not only increase the amount of content that you have available to share, but will also ensure that your message is seen by those with different preferences. For example, you might have carried out an interview which you share as a video. This could later be turned into a blog post and an infographic. Make sure that you let the interviewee know so they can share it with their followers again. Never run just one Facebook ad. Test, and test some more. You might be limited for space when it comes to writing your Facebook adverts, but don't think that means you can't get creative. Instead of just running one advert and monitoring the results, offer the same deal but use different wording. By looking at the results comparatively, you'll be able to establish the language that works best for your audience and what's most likely to inspire action and drive sales. Take your monitoring further than just looking at your brand name mentions. Set up searches for generic keywords in your field. If you're only monitoring mentions of your brand name, you're missing out on important conversations with those who are already interested in what your business does. So for example, imagine that a fashion retailer only monitored exact matches for their brand name mentions, but failed to find out who was talking about the latest fashion trends and events happening in the industry. They'd be missing out on a huge potential chunk of customers. Invest in promoted posts to ensure that your messages are reaching as many people as possible on Facebook. Changes made to Facebook mean that if you want to be sure that you're reaching your followers, you need to invest in promoted posts. These ensure that certain updates will appear in the newsfeed of your fans. While this might not be necessary for every update, it certainly is for big announcements and new product launches. When you have a database of existing and potential customers, it is worthwhile investing some of your budget into ensuring that they receive your messages. Use Facebook milestones to tell an interesting story about your brand. Don't let your business blend into the background. A great way to let fans know more about what you do is to effectively use the milestones feature on Facebook. Many brands are already using it to share their greatest achievements and highlight the initiatives that they will really resonate with their audience. In the fast-paced world of the internet, it's an exciting visual way to send out a message that reflects what your brand is all about. Use Twitter to hold tweet-ups with the key members of your business in their areas of expertise. The fast-moving nature of Twitter makes it the perfect forum to hold discussions and invite questions from your followers. One strategy that has worked well for many businesses is promoting a hashtag that allows the audience to ask and receive responses to burning questions that they have in relation to your field. To make it all more credible, ensure that the response is coming from a key figure in your business, who is highly regarded and respected. Use the business features on Foursquare to engage with customers. Foursquare has a multitude of features for brands that are incredibly effective engaging bricks and mortar visitors to your premises. Reward those who check in with specials. Invite users to offer their own tips and upload exclusive Foursquare-only content. And always offer an extra special treat for the mayor, the person who has checked in the most, as they're one of your biggest real-world superfans. Custom Foursquare badges. They aren't easy to acquire and they are very expensive. An approximate $75,000 for a minimum 3-month commitment. But with a big effort put into your application, companies can get their own Foursquare badge. Those who use Foursquare loyally love to collect all the badges. Approach the business team at Foursquare for yours, but make sure there is a great business case behind it, with special rewards for unlocking the badge and some sort of PR story that will help it go viral. Not a strategy for everyone, but certainly for multi-sited businesses like supermarkets and chain stores. This can be very effective. Use Facebook Exchange to target customers who have recently visited your site. It's easy to see how adopters of Facebook Exchange can reap the benefits for their business. It allows marketers to deliver adverts to Facebook users who have recently visited a company's website, effectively targeting individuals who are already interested in buying their products or services. It holds strong potential when it comes to converting interest into spending and maximising return on ad investment. Take advantage of Facebook's Offers feature for pages. The Offer feature for businesses allows companies to promote special offers that can be purchased straight away, without the need to check in at a physical location. These offers can then be redeemed in store or online. As these posts can be turned into sponsored stories, there's a high potential for users to follow their friends in taking advantage of the latest deals that a business is offering. It's a very good way to turn Facebook fans into customers at the click of a button, something that would have previously required much more effort from the business itself. Savvy marketeers will see this as a low-hanging fruit that's ripe for picking.